Yeah, you a monster for this one, man.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rates, and of course I am your host here, YouTube Messiah of Innovative, never duplicate Superstar Tim Vicious. Gonna go over Raw this week was in Nashville, Tennessee, and well, first and foremost, Happy New Year, everyone. Hope all y'all celebrate. Hope all y'all said goodbye to 2022 in the nicest way possible. Of course, I always did in the most favorable ways by flipping the bird to it. But either way, before we do that, just like always, we're going to switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind. Was the last SmackDown of 2022. This show started out with Bray Wyatt coming out, confronting LA Knight about what was all going on and the Uncle Howdy situation. LA Knight came out then and said, no. Let me talk to you. You see, I don't buy any of this for 1 second. So, what I'm calling for is a match. You and me at the Royal Rumble. Bray Wyatt accepts, then Uncle Howdy comes out, and then attacks Bray, hits him with his sister Abigail. Knight gets out of the ring, he's just looking around like, what the hell is going on? They later announced that this is going to be a pitch black match, sponsored by Mountain Dew Pitch Black, which, okay, in some ways the wrestling fan in me kind of does not like that whole idea of the name like that, but at the same time, the business aspect of me, I get it, because sponsorship, I mean, come on, we don't even have, you don't even really got like an Orange Bowl anymore. It's now like the Tostitos Bowl or Capital One credit card presents such and such event, or the Dr. Pepper Slamboree pay-per-views shit type thing. It's just, it is what it is. I get it. Sponsorship money, that money can then go back into the company in 100 different ways, whether it's paying talent, getting a venue, going towards expenses, blah 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 blah. It is what it is. Not only that, the company, Mountain Dew, they're gonna get their pay. They're gonna be getting a good kickback from the sponsorship, because all that shit's gonna be on Peacock. And 5 years from now, when people are going and saying, on this day, such and such years ago, they're still gonna be talking about it being a Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. So yeah. Matches that they had Sheamus going against Solo Sikoa, which, oh dear God in heaven, this was a damn good match. This was a hell of a fight. I fucking loved it. It was a damn good match, great match. Solo got the win, got the pinfall. Ronda Rousey defended her women's title against Raquel Rodriguez. Not much of a surprise, Ronda won. After the match, she had the mic and was about to cut a "I'm better than everyone, so who else is there to beat me" kind of promo, and then next thing you know, boom, music hits. Dun 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 dun. New music then plays, and out comes the return of the Queen. Charlotte Flair returns, much to the surprise of everyone. She then gets in the ring, gets the mic. Ronda says, "Oh, well, let me guess, you want a challenge, right? You want a challenge, huh? You want a challenge for the Royal Rumble, huh? Is that it?" And then Charlotte's like, "No, I want a challenge now." And then Dexter, and then we get a match, and then Charlotte winds up getting the win. And so now we have a winner and new SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. So bear with me, this just bare minimum skin idea. You know, obviously we need to iron out some details on it, but think about it like this. Charlotte's the new women's champion for SmackDown. Asuka wins the Royal Rumble. She then slowly moves into her evil clown persona and then challenges Charlotte at WrestleMania like that. Huh? Just bear with me, it's a thought. Either way. And last big matchup on the night was John Cena and Kevin Owens going against Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. And well, folks, it's official. We've now officially lived long enough to see John Cena develop a huge hunkin' bald spot in the middle of his head right there. I shit you not. And man, if there was ever a time for someone for any of those hair restoration commercials to come on, that would have been it perfect. It's a shame none of the networks didn't get any of that kind of ad time. Shame. Damn shame. Either way, good match. Cena wound up coming in at the end. Wasn't too surprised on that. But either way, Owens and Cena got the win, with Owens doing a stunner onto Sami Zayn. The show ended with Cole yelling into the commentating mic, "Owen, what's going to happen to Sami now that he lost, given all the stuff all the trash talk he was saying, blah 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 blah. What's the tribal chief gonna say to this, blah 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 blah," kind of stuff. So that was it for SmackDown. So with that said, let's get into this week's show. Raw, Nashville, Tennessee. Like I said, and man, this was a hell of a start, because as the intro video is still playing, like the little intro video for it, then boom, they cut live feed to the ring. You see the Bloodline, Solo, Sami, and the Usos jump over the barricade, wreck security, trash ringside, flip over the commentating table, and then go and say, we're here on behalf of the tribal chief. Roman told us to deliver this message. We're here and we're in charge. And then Kevin Owens comes out. He just, not in a running way, just nonchalant walking. With a mic in his hand. Sami, oh, whoa. You got a mic, so that tells me you want to say something, so just shut your mouth and listen. We're done. We're done. There's nothing more to say to you. And then Owens, I was going to say something. Now I just kind of want to punch you in the face. So then, as he's getting ready to go down, Adam Pearce then stops him. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Kevin, stop. Bloodline, you guys have been running roughshod for way too long. Security, escort these men out of my ring and out of my building. And then as security comes in, Solo Sikoa literally, single-handedly, takes out all the security and then clears them out, and then just like, all right, come on, who's next? Who's next? And then that's when Pearce calls for the talent to come down, wrestlers come down, then there's a big brouhaha, and then Owens just looks like, fuck it. And then goes in, starts swinging. And then as the Bloodline starts to leave, Pearce then is like, oh no. See, I've had it up to here with you guys thinking you can run this show. I run this show. So you know what? I hope you boys brought your boots. I hope you boys brought your gear, because you're all working tonight. Get ready. Then fast forward the backstage segment. They see everyone talking. Elias says he wants Solo, so Pearce says, okay, you know what? I'm going to give you Solo Sikoa, and it's going to be in a Nashville music street fight type thing. And then Street Profits say they want the Usos. Kevin Owens says, I just want Sami. So Pearce says, okay, we're going to make a 6-man. So yeah. So now let's get into the first match of the night. Little Miss Bliss going against Bianca. Oh, dog. And Bianca leading right into the break at the start. Bliss was really pretty much just like fighting from the ground up. Then, it seemed like the two just couldn't get on the same page and mesh to put on Yeah, that's the right way to put it. It's just like they couldn't communicate properly to do stuff. It felt a little clunky, and I'm not saying like awkward clunky, like, oh, that's bad, I don't want to watch that kind of clunky, like, ooh, oh man, ooh, that looked ooh, that looked rough, ooh, that looked nasty, kind. But yeah, either way, then there was decent back and forth, but like I said, it was just kind of clunky on it. Match came to a no contest when Bliss and Bianca, they eventually started brawling on the outside. Bliss then turned around, saw a fan out on the other side of the barricade wearing an Uncle Howdy mask. She just kind of got stargazed and then went to go finish up the match, went to go to the top rope and then saw another fan in an Uncle Howdy mask. Stargazed again, got off the rope, and then next thing on the Tron, a quick flash image of Bray Wyatt's Firefly image popped up on the Tron, and then she just started having like a meltdown. And then it was like seeing a picture of like a hypnotic suggestion. She just went ballistic and then just tore up, beat the crap out of the referee, then beat the crap out of Bianca to where she DDT'd her on the metal steps, not once but twice, and then just walking off like and then they show eventually at one point Montez Ford, he comes out to go and help Bianca out, and you can see Bianca, she's got some color on her face, she got some blood on her, she got busted open a little, nothing serious, just superficial, but yeah. Next up, we had Elias going against Solo, and it was very much so what you would expect. Like I said, Music City street fight. Solo leading at the start. Elias was pretty much manhandled for most of the match, and a lot of musical instruments being used, thrown around, smashed up all around, what have you, and then this one music guy who's apparently doing a music spot at the Royal Rumble. His name is Hardy. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of looks like a little bit of... Dude looks like a Kmart version of Kid Rock, if that's a possibility. But either way, he was ringside, gave Elias a guitar. He went to go use it, didn't work, and then eventually he himself climbed into the ring, grabbed the guitar, cracked it on the back of Solo, and then Solo's just like, tell me you did not just do that, you stupid motherfucker. And then turned around, and then the dude's like, oh shit, and then beat tail out of there. Elias then went to try to use the broken guitar as a weapon off the top. Solo then boom, caught him with a Samoan spike, and then did a spinning solo onto him on a piano that was outside of the ring, and then got the pin. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Next up, trios match. Usos and Sami Zayn going against Street Profits and Kevin Owens. Quick brawl before the start of the match. Dawkins was the punching bag for a little bit, and then Kevin Owens was. And the little attention to details in the story I kind of liked, on how Montez Ford pretty much looked like he was like 1,000 miles away, like seriously concerned as all hell over what happened earlier with his wife, Bianca, and all that, which that makes for good television when you can add small little bits of reality and drama like that into the stories. I'm not saying have art imitate life or that kind of bullshit, but when you can add the small little nuances like that, that makes for good TV. At least in my opinion. But either way, Montez wound up eventually getting tagged in, looked like he was off a step or two, and then when the Usos hit him, it was like, oh, okay. Oh, we're playing now, okay. And then he got switched gears and started going all ballistic on him once he got hit. And then started fighting like a man possessed. And match went on. Eventually, Solo came out, attacked Kevin Owens and Dawkins outside the ring when the ref wasn't looking. And then the Usos double teamed on them too. All the while, then Sami, boom, popped forward with a hell of a kick. 1, 2, 3, that was it. So your winners are the Usos and Sami Zayn. Message delivered from the Tribal Chief. Now, after the match, there was a post-match beatdown on Kevin Owens where it looked like they were going to go and where they beat the crap out of Owens, and then Solo went to go get the chair, and then Sami's like, whoa, no, give it to me. Like, he took it, and just as he was getting ready to go and use it on him, then boom, out comes Sheamus and Drew McIntyre coming to save the day, clean up house, and then they go and make sure, then they run the bloodline out. Now, it was announced for this Friday coming up, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus are going against the Usos for the tag titles. I could see them winning it. I could see them being the champions. However, I don't see them winning it that night. But you never know. Anything can happen in wrestling. Next up, we got Chad Gable going against Dexter Lumis. And I gotta tell you, this is a pretty decent match. Probably the main thing that caught my attention more than anything was Otis yelling outside of the ring the whole time. Yelling to Gable and yelling to Gable about what was going on and what to do. Gable, he was leading at the start, and then Lumis led in the second half. It was a decent match. It was more of like a filler match than anything, but Lumis got the win when he countered the Mahi Cradle that Chad Gable went to go do on him. So, yeah. Next up, we got Io Sky and Dakota Kai going against Becky in a handicap match, and this came to be because Bayley, along with Io and Dakota, came out to go cut a promo, calling Nashville Trashville, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 insert insult of town here, we're the best, we're the greatest kind of deal. And then out comes the man, the man, sorry, talking about on how, I'm not quite sure, it took you a couple years, Bayley, to get out of someone else's shadow and to step into your own, only to go and to get behind someone else's shadow. Two, as a matter of fact. Because you see, as far as I'm concerned, I'm looking at Damage Control. Them two got the gold. You don't have nothing. And it's only a matter of time before they kick you out. Before somebody gets kicked out. And then Becky says, I thought I was fighting you and your cronies. Instead, I'm fighting them and you're the crony. I thought I had a fair fight. And then damn it, get my words right. Bayley said, why don't you come in here and fight us, show us what you got. 2 against 1. I don't like them odds. So she goes in. Well, actually, Becky said, I don't have a phone to call for a tag partner, but 2 against 1, I like them odds. And then she goes in and then we turn in and that's on how we get to this match. Becky, she held her own for a half-decent bit, going on 2-on-1, but much like a handicap match should go, the tag team did have the edge, and just as they were building up that they were going to beat Becky, and that, it was going to be doom and gloom, and it was going to be over for her, out comes Mia Yim to help save the day, and apparently Mia Yim is now officially going by Michan because it was on the Tron. That's all they were referring to her as on commentary. Listen, whatever you want to address the talent as is what you want to address them as. I'm not going to argue it. You want to call her Mia Yim, you want to call her Mia or Yim or Michan or Reckoning or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Just come up with the name, stick with it. Because honestly, it's hard as hell to follow when you change names on an almost regular basis. Because at first she was Mia Yim, then Mia Yim, Reckoning, or not Reckoning, Mia Yim, Michan, then Michan, Mia Yim, and now just Michan. Fuck! Make up your mind. Either way, Mia Yim comes out, then gets tagged. Comes out, insists that she's going to be the partner, gets on the corner, come on, tag me. Gets the tags, comes in, starts working for a bit. which gives Becky ample time to go and get a hit, go and recover some. And then, so yeah. Then eventually, as the match goes on, Becky winds up getting worked on the outside. As she's doing that, then Mia hits Eat the Feet on Dakota as Dakota gets rolled but unfortunately, she didn't know Dakota did a blind tag to Io. And right when she did Eat the Feet to Dakota, that's when Io jumped off the top, hit the moonsault onto Mia Yim and got the 1, 2, 3. So yeah. So now we come to main event of the night. Austin Theory, Seth Elizabeth Rollins, because his middle name is not frickin'. And yeah, for the coveted United States Championship. And Seth leading at the start into the break. Theory wound up leading post-break, and at one point in the match, Seth, it looked like he tweaked his knee. He rolled and he landed funny because he went and grabbed his knee. Ref went over to him. Commentators talked into it, and the way he landed and he gripped it and yelled, my first thought was, oh fuck, no, don't get hurt now, not this close to Mania. Because honestly, yeah, this is the worst time of year to get injured, because you don't want to get injured this close to WrestleMania. Definitely. That's like getting injured like weeks before the Super Bowl. But either way, the way it played out during the match, the more it played out, the more it looked like maybe it's just story. But I'm hoping that it's just story. Never really know until you know for sure. Either way though, decent match. Liked on how Seth was trying to fight through it. Went to go and try and do the curb stomp. Went to go pick his leg up for it. Was like, fuck. Couldn't. But match eventually came to an end when Theory, when the ref wasn't looking, boom, popped him with a low blow and then hit the A-Town down on him. And then 1, 2, 3. So your winner and still United States Champion, Austin Theory. So folks, that is it for this week's show. So, much like on normal, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also, thank you to my executive producer, Ali Ray Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check it out on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. Details are down below. Also, thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Laundry Fighting Championship. They're a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of man, a whole lot of attractive women, and a little bit of nothing. Also, don't forget to check out whatamaneuver.net for some Vish apparel. Perfect gifts for somebody that you love, somebody that you hate. The holiday season's over, but Valentine's Day's coming up, so it's a perfect gift for somebody that you love. And folks, do not forget to follow these cool ass cats right on Twitter. Getting killer DSB on the Slobby. Diabolical RA. Sergeant Curry Pants and dubs in your face. And folks, like I always tell y'all, if you love me great, you hate me. Fuck this.